My life is over. I got a negative. What am I to do? All right, well, first, I'm going to go break some shit. And then second, I'm going to kick some stuff. And then third, I'm going to type on a bunch of different Facebook groups and tell everybody how bad eBay is and how customers suck. That's the usual reaction to getting a negative. It's not my reaction. My reaction is like, eh. And also my reaction is, I get around to fixing it. I get around to fixing it. This one that we're going to talk about today, it was there like a week. And I'm like, oh, I could do a how-to video and get rid of it. Okay, let's do it. See how that works. Get a negative isn't the end of your business. And if you have 20 years and 20,000 positives behind it, like I do, 22 years actually, then it's not that big of a deal. If you're brand new, it will be a little bit bigger of a deal. And one thing I didn't address in the video that you'll see in a second, but if you are new and you get a negative kind of out the gate, you're going to have to fix that because whatever platform you're on, they're going to think you stink at this right out the gate. So then you have to work on some loss leaders, like get a CD collection, sell a bunch of $4 CDs with free shipping. I know that'll cost you money, but what's going to happen is you're going to get a lot of quick sales and hopefully some feedbacks. And so then that one negative will be kind of expunged because you'll have so many positives around it. So, but if you've been around for a while, one negative does not hurt you. Let's try and fix it. But if it don't, no biggie. But spending all that time crying in 72 and a half Facebook groups, it's pointless. It truly, truly is pointless. And, look, we've all been someplace in our life, a restaurant, bought something online, a movie theater, a hotel, that although it came with great reviews or great feedback from people that have already been there or done that, and didn't go good for you that day, you might leave a bad review. But also keep this in mind. If you've ever left a bad review on Yelp, did Yelp make you call the company first? Nope. So when people go, well, they didn't even call me. Okay. I talk about that too, but they don't have to. They don't. But the big thing is, can you get it removed? Can you get it taken care of? So without further ado, let's introduce tonight's presenter. Oh, hey, it's me. Hey, thanks, Jason. Yes, getting negative feedback stinks, but there are ways to mitigate your damages. There are ways to possibly, hopefully, more often than not, get your negative feedback removed. So let's talk about the first steps of getting it removed, and then I'll show you a couple I got and removed, and then let's remove one live right here. Let's do it if we can. All right, step number one. Do not have a knee-jerk reaction. Everyone's immediate reaction to a negative feedback is bullshit, and then you're going to go take care of it. That never, ever works out. Jumping feet first into the fire never works out, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to sleep on it. Don't do anything until you've spent a night in bed. Bow, chicken, bow, wow. Seriously, even if it happens at 7 a.m., wait till the next morning before you do anything. You'll be calmed down. Yes, that negative will sit there for a day or two, but let me tell you, one negative does not ruin any business. The best Michelin 3-star restaurant, the tops of the tops, have had an unhappy customer who has left a bad review. So don't worry about it. And even if you never get it removed, don't worry about it. Life goes on. Now, you get 20 in a row, you should probably quit. But one here or there ain't no biggie. All right. Now, when you get ready to ask for it to be removed, remove all emotion from it. You cannot get a hold of customer service, whether it be on eBay or Discogs or whatever, and be like, this guy's a jerk. Okay. Or this platform sucks. Get rid of this. This is bullshit. The person helping you at the other end of either a phone or a message or an email, they didn't cause you the negative feedback. And the only thing they're there to do is maybe help you. So getting emotional, yelling and screaming, that is not going to help you. So take emotion out of the equation. This is a business transaction. All right, gather your facts. I'm usually good at having everything right here, but I know my mom likes to write down everything, and Debbie does also. So write it down. Write down your facts. So when you talk to customer service, either by phone or by text or by email, here is why I should not have this negative feedback and why you should remove it. Just facts, no emotion. And then call eBay. It can be done by anyone. So I lucked out and have concierge service. But I thought, okay, how do people without concierge get a hold of eBay? So I logged into my wife's eBay and I clicked help and contacts. See up at the top there, right under the with and how to with Jason Thrifts. So let's click that. Now, this is your options. And so what you got to do is you have to find the path to get to talk to someone on the phone. So let's say I need help with managing returns, missing items, and refunds for a seller. So I click on that. And then you scroll all the way to the bottom. And right here, need more help? Contact us. So click on that. This little box is going to pop up. And then what do you need help with? And you click see more right here. And then the last one on the list is contact an agent. Have us call you. See? Anyone can talk to eBay on the phone. You can't call in anymore, but you can have them call you. Easy peasy. All right. And then, as I said before, if there is no resolve after you've talked to eBay or Mercari or Discogs or whatever, move on. Do not spend one more minute fretting about it, fuming about it. That person got one over on me. I need to complain to everybody for 2 weeks on end. No, it's over. Move on. Now, sometimes I'll revisit it. I had a negative that I did not think was just. It was so unjust. A customer bought a vintage Letterman sweater, a 1950s Letterman sweater that was missing a button, that had 2 holes in it, all of it very described. And I got a negative feedback and the feedback said, sweater fell apart when I took it out of the dryer. What? You put a 1950s Letterman sweater with holes already in the dryer? I mean, who puts any sweater in the dryer? Come on now. So the first rep said, nope, your product didn't live up to, expectations. I'm like, it's a 60-year-old product. But I just moved on. Didn't even tussle with it anymore with that rep. About a week later, I'm calling from something totally unrelated. And the rep said, anything else I can help you with? I said, hey, why? Gotcha. Can you look at this negative? Talk to the other rep. He said, nope, it fell apart. It shouldn't work. And the second rep goes, who the F would put a vintage Letterman sweater in the dryer? And then he went, oh, sorry about my language. It was one of the funniest interactions I've ever had with a eBay customer service rep. And he removed it right away. But I wasn't going to call back a third time. And I only asked because I was there for something else. Okay. So if nothing else, move on. All right, let's look at a couple of the negative feedbacks I've received that I've gotten rid of. And then hopefully, let's get rid of another one. Woo-hoo. Okay, so I sell on foreign eBay sites. And because of that, I oftentimes get feedback in a foreign language to me. And so I had to translate this Dutch. And basically, they were unhappy. It took too long. It hadn't got to them yet when they left the negative feedback. And we had been in contact. So when I got the negative, I was a little shocked. But 2 things were going on. International sometimes takes longer just in normal days. And this was during COVID. And everyone in the whole world was aware of it. So to get a negative feedback during COVID on a slower international delivery was just really silly. And eBay agreed with me. This negative feedback no longer exists on my feedback. All right. Now, I did get 2 neutrals in the past 6 months. And I thought they're funny. Like, neutrals really aren't anything to worry about. So I don't ever ask to get rid of those. On January 1st or 2nd, a customer said, happy 2022. And they left me a neutral. And I reached out. I'm like, hey, was there anything that didn't work out for you? I'm happy to answer any questions or take care of anything. And they didn't reply. So I answered, well, happy 2022 to you too. And I hope you stop feeling neutral and start feeling positive. Because you can reply to any feedback. But here is your bonus tip. Do not reply to feedback while you're trying to have it removed. Once you reply to it, it's pretty much locked in stone. So that goes back to number one. Don't have a knee-jerk reaction. Don't reply right away and like, jerk, you know you didn't get it late. That would screw you. You'd lock it in. So don't reply till it's, it's over, Johnny. But this one I thought was funny. And then this one I got last month, mostly as described. Now, I always want to take care of my customers. I reached out twice and I said, hey, it's about your feedback, mostly as described. What were you unhappy with? What do you think didn't meet the description based on what you received? They never replied, so I just moved on. But I'm always going to try and take care of my unhappy customers. Okay, now this doesn't work just for eBay. Here's Discogs. It's been 22 days. Again, this was an international sale. And 7 days since I messaged the seller asking about my item with no reply. So it's a little bad on my part that I didn't reply right away. I think I was out of town for part of those 7 days. And so, you get back in town and you're trying to catch up and you miss some things. And that's no excuse. Customers, we have a 24-hour a day, 7 day a week, 365 day a year business. And so customers, whether you're on vacation or not, want to get replied to. So he was an international customer. It did take a little bit longer than it should, but it still got there. And it got there like a day or two after he left his feedback. Now, see that 99.3? I have been 100% on Discogs since the day I started on Discogs. And I was so bummed and shocked to see that my percentage was down. I'm like, ooh, who left me a negative? So I reached out to Discogs. Now, again, I figured there's no harm in reaching out because they'll either remove it or say, nope, you deserved it. And then again, I would have just moved on. But they said, yeah, it was removed because it didn't comply with our guidelines. So here's the last bonus tip for you. Most customers don't know the rules of feedback. And like I said to you, don't have a knee-jerk reaction, sleep on it, take emotion out of it. Most unhappy feedback is left with emotion. So if they would just give the facts, the unhappy customer, if they would just say, item was broken when I received it, negative. Okay, fact. Deserve that negative. I didn't pack it well enough. Moving on. This jerk did not pack this well. Easily removed. So almost every single feedback I've had removed had emotion in it somewhere. And so it's easy because I understand the rules. I've been doing this for over 22 years. And it is easy to have negative feedback removed when there's emotion, when they're abusive or just a little borderline abusive. So again, it was removed. All right. Can't believe I got this negative. And I feel this negative is really BS. It was a music, kind of like a CD. It was a DVD audio. This disc has a pockmark section in the middle of the play area. That means it won't play. It is immediate and absolute. Who the hell writes that? It is immediate and absolute. What? It couldn't be missed even by an untrained eye. It is not like new. Now, before you leave a negative feedback, is the person brand new? Have they sold one thing in the last 2 years? Or have they been on eBay for 23 years and have 20,000 feedbacks? Because that should play a role. I have 20,000 positive feedbacks. The customer should have seen that and reached out. Would you ever buy a piece of music that doesn't work and not file an item not described or ask for a return? By the way, I have free 60-day returns. So with all that, when I'm going to call customer service and say, hey, I should not have this negative because A, I have free returns, and B, for whatever reason, I feel this guy left me a negative just to leave me a negative. Because if you buy music and it won't play, why would your only next step be to leave a negative feedback? And I've messaged him twice. I said, hey, if this ain't playing and I overlooked something, I'm very sorry. I'll be happy to take a free return because then I can fix it and put it back out there. But I also don't think it's really marked that bad. And I'll get your money back. One answer. So, all right, let's call eBay and see what happens. All right, let's give eBay customer service a call and see if I can get that negative expunged. Now, I live in a state where I can't play a recorded call without both sides' consent. And of course, wouldn't even bother to ask for their consent because they wouldn't give it anyway. So you'll hear me and then you'll read the reps' responses. And I will paraphrase to make it quicker and easier. All right, so they have to call me. Oh, estimated time 2 minutes. Do 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 do. That was quick. Hello. Hi, Joseph. My name is Jason Smith. I got a negative feedback that it's like he set out just to give me a negative feedback because it makes no sense to give me a negative and never have filed an item not as described, never asked for a return. And I have free returns, 60 days. I pay for it. And I messaged him twice, but his feedback, he bought a piece of music that isn't working. Now, if I bought a piece of music that isn't working, I wouldn't just leave bad feedback. I would return it or get my money back. So it just seems weird that the only thing he's done is left negative feedback. I'm like, if a piece of music doesn't work, there's nothing else you can do with it. I am so happy to take returns. I'm so happy to pay for returns. And I don't even care if it works or doesn't work. You don't like something, send it back. I will pay for it all the way through. Awesome. You're awesome, Joseph. Absolutely. And 5 stars across the board. Thanks. Have a great day yourself. It took less than 2 minutes. And part of that 2 minutes was just exchanging pleasantries. All right. So let's watch it disappear. Now, they always say it'll happen within an hour, but it's usually like instant. But let's take a look. Okay. Let's see. Boom. Gone. See how easy that was? It was like 47 seconds. That's it. That's how easy it happens. Okay. So, like I said, sleep on it. Get your facts together. Don't be emotional. Call in and follow the procedures. If it doesn't get resolved, oh well, move on. So it is that easy. But if it doesn't get taken care of, move on. Don't spend one more minute fretting about it, worrying about it. And for sure, don't spend 4 hours replying to 10 different eBay Facebook groups about how awful this customer is, how awful eBay is, and then responding to every reply, because that's just a waste of your time. Spend all that time focusing on your next customers and taking care of anything that needs to be taken care of on your current customers and making more money. Complaining on Facebook makes you $0. All right. With that, I'll say adieu. I'm Jason Thrifts, and I'll see you around the thrift store. Peace.